Have you ever been in a relationship where you kept asking yourself, why is this happening to me? And why do I feel confused all the time? Am I the problem or is something wrong with them? If yes, then this video is for you. Today, we are going to talk about something very important: healing from narcissistic abuse. And more importantly, how to know that you are finally healing. Because healing is not loud, healing is not dramatic, healing is not immediate. It is very silent but very powerful. Let us start. What are those signs that you can see when you start healing? You stop repeating the same story again and again. When you are deeply hurt, your mind becomes like a detective. You keep replaying everything. Why did they say this to me? What did I do wrong? Was any of it real? You might even ask. You might even check your old chats, read old messages, or take screenshots of them. You want to remember the dates and those incidents, when it happened, how it happened, who were all involved. You want to remember all of that. It's like your brain is trying to solve a puzzle. But the real truth is, there is no puzzle to solve. When you are with a narcissistic person, you are not dealing with logic. You are dealing with confusion. They manipulate, they lie, they twist reality, and slowly you start doubting yourself. And this is called gaslighting. So your brain tries harder and harder to understand. But healing begins when something changes. You stop telling the story again and again, not because you forgot, but because you finally understood. And there is nothing to understand. You realize you were not crazy and you are not wrong. You are just trying to make sense of something that never made sense. And slowly, you stop explaining your pain to everyone. You stop proving your truth. You simply say, it happened, it hurt, but I am moving on. This is a powerful sign that tells you that you are healing when you start moving. Sign 2 is your emotional intensity reduces. In the beginning, even a small memory can trigger you. Someone mentions their name, your heart starts racing. You see something that reminds you of them, and suddenly you are angry, you are sad, you are anxious. This happens because your brain is in survival mode. It thinks danger is still there. So your body reacts with fear, anger, or panic, or overthinking. But as you start healing, something beautiful happens. The intensity goes down and it slowly reduces. Now, when you talk about them, you don't cry like before. You don't remember the old stories. They did this to me, they did that to me. You don't feel that same pain in your chest. Instead, you feel something different. You start feeling calmness, you feel acceptance, and you feel the peace within you. You start saying things like, it is what it is. That phase is over. I am a new person now. I have learned my lesson. And listen carefully, this is not weakness. And this is not giving up. This is emotional strength. You are not reacting anymore. you are responding with awareness. And that means you are healing. Sign number 3 is you accept the reality, not the fantasy, that which you're making in your mind. One of the hardest parts of narcissistic abuse is this: you fall in love with a version of a person that doesn't really exist. In the beginning, they may have been loving to you, caring to you, or charming to you, and perfect to you. But slowly, everything changes, and you keep thinking, maybe they will go back to how they were before. But healing begins when you accept a deep truth, and that is that version of them was never real. It was an illusion, a mask, a performance that you saw and that you thought. And this is painful to accept, but also it's very freeing. Because once you accept this, you stop asking questions like, did they ever love me? Was anything real? Instead of that, you start understanding, I was dealing with someone who was not emotionally healthy. And this realization changes everything. Now you're no longer stuck in the past. Now you are grounded in reality. And when you meet healthy people in the future, you will notice the difference. There will be less drama, there will be more peace and more calmness, and less confusion and more clarity. And you will think, this is what real connection feels like. You'll be surprised. And this is healing. And the sign number 4 is you become honest with yourself and seek help. Many people try to act strong. They say, I am fine, I don't need help, I have no problem, I have moved on. But deep inside, they are still broken. Let me tell you something very important. It is okay to not be okay. It is fine. Healing begins when you stop pretending, you stop acting, you stop pleasing people. When you accept, yes, I was hurt, yes, I was struggling and I am struggling, and yes, I need support, I need help from people. And this is not weakness, this is courage. Because it takes real strength and effort to open up and be vulnerable and talk about your pain and your situation, what you're going through. It needs lot of confidence. Whether it is therapy or whether it is talking to somebody who is caring to you, who can listen what you have to say, a trusted friend or a mentor or a teacher that you trust. And when you start sharing honestly, you release the emotional burden. You start feeling very light. You start feeling less stressful. And slowly you start rebuilding yourself. But when someone is still in denial, they keep saying, I am okay, and I'm okay. And the same thing repeats again and again, and that is not healing. That is suppression. And suppression delays healing. Observe yourself whether you are healing or suppressing. So if you are being honest with yourself, if you are facing your pain, you are already on the path of healing. Sign number 5 is you start seeing life differently. This is one of the most powerful signs. After going through such a painful experience, you don't remain the same person. And that's actually a good thing. Because now you start asking deeper questions like, what do I really want in my life? What am I doing with my life? Where am I heading? What kind of people should I allow into my life? What are my boundaries? Have I created my boundaries? Do I know my boundaries? You become more aware. You become more mature and you are more grounded. You stop chasing validation. You stop people pleasing. You stop trying to prove your worth. Instead, you start valuing yourself. And this change is visible in your actions. You don't have to prove this to anybody. You don't have to tell this to anybody. It will be seen in your actions. You start saying no without guilt. You walk away from disrespect. You choose peace over drama. And most importantly, you take responsibility for your own life. You stop blaming anyone else. Not in a blaming way, but in an empowering way. You say, yes, something bad happened, but now I chose to grow from it. This mindset is what separates victims from strong individuals. So you have to move on and enjoy your life again. The biggest sign of healing is this: you move forward, you stop identifying yourself as I am a victim of narcissistic abuse. Instead, you become I am a person who survived, learned, and grew. You no longer watch endless videos about narcissism or stay stuck in past memories, or you don't feel angry all the time. Instead, you start living again. You start focusing on yourself. You laugh more, you enjoy more, you are present in the present moment. And you start feeling lighter. And you start enjoying small things in your life. And most importantly, you start feeling free. Free from confusion, free from emotional pain, free from the past. And you realize life is still beautiful. If you are going through this right now, I want to tell you something honestly. You are not weak, you are not a broken person, and you are certainly healing, and you have a higher purpose. And healing certainly takes time. And be patient with yourself. Don't be in a hurry. Be kind to yourself, and most importantly, do not lose hope. Because one day you will look back into this phase of your life and say, that pain changed me, made me strong, made me what I am today. If this video helped you even a little bit, make sure you give a thumbs up, give a like to this video, and subscribe to my channel, and share it with somebody who needs to hear this today, and help them in their healing journey. Comment below healing if you are on this journey, and don't forget to subscribe, because your growth journey starts here today. My name is Sai Kirtan. Welcome to my channel. Hope you have enjoyed this video today. See you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Keep smiling. Enjoy your life. See you in the next video. Namaste.